Welcome to the Killer Innovation Show, the longest continuously produced podcast in history. Each week, Phil McKinney brings you the insights and strategies to amplify your creativity and innovation skills. Here's your host, Phil McKinney.
Welcome to another episode of the Killer Innovations Podcast. Today, we dive into the powerful world of storytelling, a tool that bridges the gap between businesses, organizations, and customers. From establishing brand's identity and mission to building trust, storytelling has many roles in the business world. We'll explore some examples of successful stories that have triggered meaningful change, built trust, inspired people to join a cause, and captivated audiences. In innovation, storytelling has a unique purpose, communicating complex ideas, stimulating dialogue, and connecting on a deeper emotional level. So how can you leverage storytelling to be a catalyst for your ideas and innovations? This episode will explore compelling examples, delve into the art and science of effective storytelling, and provide insights on how you can weave your own innovation story. But before we jump into this week's episode, I have a favor to ask. Follow, like, and share. Follow, like, and share us on your social media, and let other people know. Post a review at your favorite podcast site. That helps other people find the show and allows us to have impact on a broader scale. Also, if you have not signed up for the free newsletter, hop on over to philmckinney.com, click on membership, and sign up. It's free, and you will get notified on all of the new postings, the new articles, new podcasts that we produce. And with that, without any further ado, let's jump in to this week's episode. Storytelling has been part of human culture since the dawn of time. In ancient times, our ancestors used cave paintings and oral traditions to tell tales of their exploits, the world, and the gods they worshipped. These stories were a way to instill values, pass down history, and maintain cultural identity. As societies evolved, however, storytelling developed and took different forms, from myths to legends to folklore and literature. The Industrial Revolution ushered in mass media, enabling stories to be shared on a scale never before possible. In the digital era, storytelling has taken on new dimensions with social media, podcasts, and virtual reality. Now, at its core, storytelling is a way to make sense of the world around us. Stories provide context, give meaning to complex ideas, and help us understand our place in the grand scheme of things. But why do we respond so powerfully to stories? This strong response can be traced back to our evolutionary roots. Humans are wired to respond to stories because they are an effective means of transmitting information, a survival mechanism honed over thousands of years. A well-told story can captivate an audience, evoke powerful emotions, and inspire action. This emotional connection makes storytelling such a persuasive tool in various fields, from politics and marketing to education and beyond. While there are multiple structures to stories, some of the most common ones are the hero's journey and the inverted pyramid structure. So what is the hero's journey? The hero's journey, also known as the mnemonic, is a narrative pattern found in many cultures and literary works. It was first conceptualized by Joseph Campbell, an American mythologist and scholar, in his seminal work, The Hero with a Thousand Faces. The structure of the hero's journey can be broken down into three key stages: departure, initiation, and return. Departure, this is the stage where the hero is drawn out of their familiar world into a new one. This involves answering a call to adventure, which is often met with reluctance at first. It's the initial push that sets the events of the story in motion. Initiation. This is the stage a hero faces trials and tribulations encountering allies and enemies, and perhaps even a mentor who helps them along their journey. This is where the hero learns invaluable lessons and faces the greatest challenge, often a confrontation with their greatest fear or their most potent enemy. And then there's the return. The final stage of the hero's journey is this return where the hero, having defeated the enemy or overcome the challenge, returns to their familiar world. However, they are not the same as when they began. They have grown, transformed, and often carry a reward or newfound wisdom that benefits this original world. This architectural narrative resonates with audiences because it mirrors our own life journeys. Look, we've all faced challenges, we've learned lessons, and we grow from these experiences. By using this structure in storytelling, businesses can connect deeply with their audiences as consumers can easily identify with the hero and their journey. Also, think about the books and the movies that are out there that are based on the hero's journey. There's many of them out there, and you can look and watch movies today or TV shows and see this hero's journey being replicated over and over again. The one that's probably most prevalent is Lord of the Rings. Let's talk about the inverted pyramid. The inverted pyramid is a journalistic style of storytelling developed with the advent of newspapers. This method is characterized by a hierarchical structure of information, with the most critical details presented first. The model comprises three main segments: the lead, the body, and the tail. The lead, this is where the most noteworthy information is presented. It includes the who, what, when, where, and why of a story, providing the reader with key details up front. Now, in a fast-paced world where attention spans are short, this approach ensures that the core message is conveyed even if the reader does not complete the article, does not complete the story. Now, the body, this part of the story involves expanding on the details introduced in the lead. Here, essential facts are explored in further depth and supplemented with additional information. This section often includes direct quotes, statistics, and other supporting data that brings richness to the context of the story. And then there's the tail. The end of the pyramid includes the least important information, background details, lesser known facts that are not crucial to the understanding of the main story. It's designed this way so that as space is limited, this section can easily be trimmed without losing the essence of the story. Now, in business, the inverted pyramid structure is valuable for things like news articles, emails, blog posts, press releases. It helps grab the reader's attention quickly, convey the key points efficiently, and keep the audience engaged. This structure is particularly effective in today's digital age, where information overload is common and readers scan rather than read in depth. By delivering the most important information first, you can ensure that your core message is not lost in the noise. Now, let's talk about creating compelling business stories. Now that we understand two fundamental structures. Compelling business stories depend on understanding the target audience and then tailoring the story accordingly. A great example is that of Apple, who has mastered this skill with their Think Different campaign. This campaign focused on a message resonating with the target audience, who are people passionate about technology. Apple used a variety of storytelling structures to convey its message in a powerful and memorable ways. To create an effective business story, there are several elements to remember no matter what form you put your story in. Most important is authenticity. People can tell when a story is genuine and connect more with authentic and true stories. An authentic story reflects your brand's values and mission without feeling forced, or contrived. It doesn't shy away from showing the setbacks along the way, as these make victories even more rewarding. Next, which is obviously relevance. Your story must be relevant to the audience, addressing their needs, their interests, or their concerns. It is essential to understand your target audiences and their values and what triggers their emotions. This requires extensive market research and a deep understanding of your customer persona. The more relevant your story, the more your audience will relate to it. Next, emotion. A compelling story elicits emotions. It makes people feel something, whether it's happiness, sadness, excitement, or inspiration. Tapping into your audience's emotions can help strengthen your connection with them, as people are more likely to remember and share stories that made them feel something profound. Next, and probably the one that's hardest for most businesses, is simplicity. A compelling story is easy to understand. It doesn't overcomplicate things or get lost in unnecessary details. It follows a clear and simple structure, a beginning, a middle, and an end. That makes it easy to follow and digest. And let's not overlook uniqueness. A compelling story is unique and distinct. It separates you from your competitors by highlighting what makes you different and special. Your unique selling proposition should be woven into your story to make it stand out. And don't overlook conflict and resolution. Every good story has some form of conflict and resolution. This often involves presenting a problem your innovation can solve in a business context. The resolution should be satisfying and demonstrate how your brand can positively change your customers' lives. Now, let's go beyond business, compelling business stories, and let's talk about innovation storytelling. Now, I encourage you to use storytelling when introducing an idea or an innovation. Innovation storytelling is a powerful, powerful tool for communicating the process, the problems, and the solutions that innovation in ways that resonate with your audiences on a deeply emotional level. Innovation storytelling is unique because it tells how future innovations will impact our lives. It is the best approach to convey your idea, and you will find that it helps to inspire, captivate, and motivate your audience to believe in and even champion your innovation. Innovation storytelling requires a different approach as compared to traditional storytelling. So what's the difference? What is it we need to keep in mind when we're talking about innovation storytelling? Well, one is visionary perspective. Innovation storytelling must include a visionary perspective. You're not just sharing a story about the present or the past. You're narrating a tale about the future. This requires a deep understanding of your innovation and its impact on society or industry. Can you paint a vivid picture of the future that your audiences can see and aspire to? Next is you got to showcase the innovation. Your story should clearly articulate the innovation, how it works, and why it's significant. This doesn't mean you must delve into the technical details, but focus on the benefits and the transformation it can bring. Explain the problem your innovation addresses, how it does so, and the potential for improvement and change. And importantly, make the story relatable. Despite the futuristic aspect of the story, it's crucial to make it relatable. Connect your innovation to the everyday experiences and needs of your audience. Explain how the innovation will affect them directly. This can be achieved by using relatable characters, scenarios, or comparisons your audience can identify with. And don't overlook the emotion. Appeal to the emotion. Just like traditional storytelling, appealing to emotion is vital in storytelling. Although your story revolves around a future concept, It should evoke hope, excitement, and curiosity. The more emotionally invested your audience is, the more they will care about your innovation. And make it visual. Visuals are especially effective in innovation storytelling, as they can help your audience understand and imagine the future you're painting. Use diagrams, animation, infographics, virtual reality, movies, whatever works. So let's talk about some examples of great storytelling that are out there in the market. Many of them you've seen. These instances demonstrate how well-crafted narrative can have a significant impact. Each instance provides a unique take on storytelling. We're going to share some insights and lessons that can be used to enhance your own storytelling technique. So let's circle back around to Apple. Apple's 1984 commercial is an iconic example of storytelling that caused a significant shift in the tech industry. The commercial, aired during the Super Bowl, portrayed a dystopian future dominated by Big Brother figure symbolizing the existing tech giants. A lone woman, representing Apple, disrupts this, signaling a new era of personal computing. This narrative positioned Apple as a revolutionary player that empowers individuals, creating a massive stir and paving the way for the success of the Apple Macintosh. So what's the lesson? Use storytelling to establish your brand's identity and mission, differentiating it from the competitors. Another example, the Dove Real Beauty campaign. Dove's Real Beauty campaign is a powerful example that triggered a change in the beauty industry. The campaign highlighted real women representing various shapes, sizes, ethnicities that are often underrepresented in the media and advertising. By telling real stories of real women, Dove challenged the stereotypes and sparked conversations about the definition of beauty. So what's the lesson? Authentic stories that resonate with your audience experiences can create a strong emotional connection, driving meaningful change. Another example, Airbnb and the power of user stories. Airbnb's success can be attributed to how it leveraged user stories to build trust and community. Recall back to the early days. Airbnb faced trust issues as people were reluctant to open their homes to strangers. They tackled this by featuring stories of hosts and guests who had positive experiences, thereby humanizing the platform and, as a side effect, instilling trust. What's the lesson? User stories can be a powerful tool to address concerns, build trust, and establish a community that will champion your product or service. Another example is Tesla's vision for a sustainable future. Under Elon Musk's leadership, Tesla uses storytelling to effectively advocate for a sustainable future. Musk envisions a world powered by renewable energy and communicates this vision by narrating a compelling story where Tesla's electric vehicles and solar products are key to the change that we all need to be part of. This narrative has helped Tesla garner a loyal following and disrupt the auto industry. So what's the lesson? Storytelling can share your vision and inspire people to join your cause. Now, one that people don't really think about as being great storytellers is Microsoft. But Microsoft's vision of a connected world was transformative. It aired during the 2014 Super Bowl and is a prime example of really impactful innovation storytelling. It was narrated by former NFL player Steve Gleason, who lives with ALS. The commercial painted a picture of a world where technology enables people to achieve more, regardless of their circumstances. This narrative centered on Microsoft innovations, spanned from a woman hearing for the first time with the help of a hearing implant to a child with prosthetic legs running. It showcased how their technology transcends disabilities empowers individuals, and connects the world in unthinkable ways. The lesson? An innovation story that places human experiences at the heart of technological advancements can deeply resonate with audiences, emphasizing the transformative power of innovation. What about Boston Dynamics, the guys who make robots? They develop groundbreaking robots and they have a prime example of conveying a future shaped by innovative technology. Boston Dynamics doesn't merely display its robots' technical capabilities compared to others in the field. Instead, it tells engaging stories about the potential role of these robots in our lives. With videos showcasing the robot's abilities, such as the Spot Mini doing household chores or Atlas navigating rough terrains, Boston Dynamics paints a picture of a future where robots are integrated into our everyday lives, enhancing our capabilities and simplifying tasks. This narrative of coexistence and mutual progress has sparked global interest and stimulated thoughtful conversations about robotics' ethical implications and what the future will look like. The lesson? Engaging storytelling can effectively convey the capabilities of complex technology while at the same time stimulating public interest and dialogue about its potential implications and its applications. Now, let me share with you my own attempts at storytelling. I've posted about these in the past, but I'm going to point you to two that I think represent particularly around innovation storytelling. One is Roku's Reward, a short film we created in 2005 that told the story of the future of AR and VR intertwined with real life and its impact that it was going to have on entertainment and gaming. Roku's Reward, again, made in 2005, to this day, still generates emails and phone calls from innovators and investors wanting to invest in this game that's represented as part of this short film. So take a look. The link will be in the show notes. And then The Near Future, A Better Life. This is a short film that was created in 2016 that paints the near future, 3 to 8 years of innovation that will allow the aging population to age in place. The film is based on a grandfather who wants to live in his home and not go to a nursing home. What will the future role of technology be to allow our relatives that are aging in order to be able to live in a life that is in their home? They don't have to go someplace else. So, in conclusion, storytelling is a powerful tool that businesses can and should use to make a human connection with customers and to stimulate innovation within the company. Storytelling is a way to communicate ideas effectively that resonate with individuals emotionally. Everybody has a unique story to tell, and by using storytelling, customers will not only understand the message, but also feel it emotionally and be willing to invest in it. By putting stories at the forefront of your business strategy, you can create a lasting impression on customers and build strong relationships with them. Thank you for tuning in to today's episode of the podcast. My hope is that this episode has maybe exposed you to about the transformative power of storytelling and building about how to build trust with telling stories, how to inspire change, and most importantly, drive innovation. Many of us may be fearful about storytelling and how do we write it, create it. This hopefully will expose the process a little bit, give you some structure, and I would encourage you to go try it. While here at Killer Innovations, our mission is to empower innovators like you by providing thought-provoking content like the storytelling and innovation storytelling, and hopefully it fuels your passion for creativity and innovation and help you tell your story. We believe in the potential of storytelling to not only engage and inspire, but also to pave the way for groundbreaking advancements and innovations. If you cannot tell your innovation story, getting support, getting funding, getting people to join your mission will be nearly impossible. As we continue to explore thought-provoking topics for the podcast in the future, we need your help to help spread the word about the podcast. If you found value in today's episode, please share it with your network. Whether it's a colleague who could use some inspiration, a friend passionate about innovation, or a family member curious about business strategies, your recommendation can help extend our reach and impact more innovators. And if you haven't already, please consider subscribing to the podcast and leaving us a review. Your feedback helps us improve and boost our visibility, ensuring that more people can access and benefit from the content. Now, before we sign off, we'd like to extend our sincerest gratitude for your time and engagement. We understand your time is valuable, so thank you for spending part of your day with us. Remember, every great innovation starts with a compelling story. So go out there, find your narrative, and let it drive you towards creating something extraordinary. Until next time, keep innovating and keep making a difference. Bye-bye.
Podcasting nonstop since 2005, this has been the Killer Innovation Show on the Innovators Network.